The following presentation
does not represent Australian opinion or intellect.
Fake news, folks. Fake news.
Are you Muslim?
He should have been slapped as a child. He's a spoiled little freak rat who's probably being treated like a prince.
I'm not a criminal. I've earned everything I've got.
You also had people that were
I think we're good.
very far
We're good.
on both sides.
We are. Actually, I'm very impressed now. See, I fixed the problem. That's Audio Engineering 101. Where the fuck is my paper?
What paper, man?
I never have paper, and I never have my pen. I know I just knocked one of my pens down, and I've usually got everything fucking set up.
Should I have brought notes?
I don't know. Do you feel you need them?
Yep.
You should have been prepared. What are you going to tell you?
Nah.
How do you feel?
Good, man. Comfortable, relaxed.
Good. What do you reckon of the new joint?
It's what I expected, really. I mean,
What?
I just can't believe I'm here, you know. I've been listening to this podcast for 3 years.
Yeah, this is season number 3. Fuck, you believe it? Actually, I remember once I was at Oaks with Nick, man. We're having coffee, and you rocked up. I had a bunch of boys.
I remember
from work.
that. Yeah.
And you rocked up. I'm like, hey, okay, he's a fan.
That would have been sort of in the first 6 months.
Yeah,
Pretty
because you
early
had a
on.
go at me. Do you know what it was? Actually, I'm loving this stand now, man. I can actually lean back.
Yeah.
I remember you had a go at me. Fuck, when was it? Maybe 6 months in, a year in. I can't remember. Something happened. Maybe like we hadn't done an episode in a couple of weeks. I can't remember what it was. But like I saw you and you cracked it, and you're like, you got to fill me in. I'm like, why? Okay, there's nothing to fill you in. Nah. I've been a loyal listener from the start, from the drop. I deserve to know. Okay, there's nothing to know, man. Like we've been busy or whatever. You refused to hear it. You said there was more.
Yeah, man. It's I guess I've seen the podcast grow and change, and here we are. You know.
Are you serious? You find it that unnerving?
What do you mean?
No, because like to me, this is nothing. This is like it's just me and you having like an adolescent.
It is. Yeah. Well, we're going to talk about the same shit that we usually do anyway. But
Yeah, I know, but it's just funny because like you actually have this glint of nervousness in your eyes. I've never seen it. Usually you're the cockiest little cunt I know, man.
yeah.
You know what's funny? You're actually wearing... Actually, this is a great moment, man, because you're wearing one of your company's hoodies, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, what am I wearing?
Fucking Clayton
Yeah,
3169.
man, one of my company's fucking hoodies, man.
Looks
That's
good.
crazy.
Yeah. You've been telling me about that venture too. It looks, yeah.
Yeah, dude, that is actually hilarious. I just noticed it now. We're both repping the brands that we've started, and they've both started in the time that we've actually been mates.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's it. That's actually really strange. What does that tell you? What does that say about self-promotion? Or belief?
Oh, it's good, man. Just believe in your own brand and
Yeah.
wear your own shit.
All
and,
right.
Yeah.
We probably should give a heads up. Today we have... What should we call you? I don't know for you. I feel like giving you one of the Saklamata names if I can throw it.
You've had a lot of names for me in the past.
Have I? I know at my birthday I called you, I said you're the new rookie. Because the rookie was going to step up to prospect or first Sarge or some shit.
Yeah. Yes.
Should I call you the rookie? I don't know, man. That's weird.
Up to you, man. What do you got me saved in your phone these days?
You know what you're in my phone as? Nathan Lamar. You've been Nathan Lamar literally since I got your number.
I don't know why, but...
Why? I'll tell you, because all you used to do was talk about Kendrick Lamar.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you were making it out like he was the savior of hip-hop, and that was the end of it. I'm serious.
Say so.
No. Do you know why? What are you staring at? The screen?
Just the tracks.
Oh, yeah, no, do you know what it is? This notebook, I haven't actually updated the playlist in Yonks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I literally hadn't turned it on until about a week ago when I was testing shit out in here to see if I could get it to work. At least it worked. Dude, think about it. How old were you in 2013?
21?
Exactly. 21. We started talking when you were 21, man. That's when I started going to the gym in Oakley.
Yeah.
Because I saw you, I remember seeing you at my sister's wedding.
Yeah, it would have been, yeah.
A couple months earlier.
Yeah.
And I saw you, but I only said a couple words to you. You were sitting down at that table and they were trying to set you up with that bird that was sitting next to you. Who was it again? I think it was his niece.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's what I remember. Because you were quiet. Like, I saw you, I spotted you, I said a few words to you, but I was pretty flying.
Yeah, and then I yeah, we sort of bumped into each other at the gym a couple times, and
Yeah,
I go,
and
fuck, I know this guy.
All
I've
you
seen
kept
him
talking
around.
about was Kendrick Lamar.
Nah, man.
Yeah, because I said he was shit. I still. Why would
I'm not a fan, man.
I'm
I don't know.
telling you were sitting in that car park in your Ford, and you were cranking like tunes out. I'm like, yeah, I know these tracks, man.
Look, unless it was the time, look, that was probably around 2013.
That was 2013. That's when I was going to Oakley Gym, and I was going.
It would have
every
been. It would have been the time of his album "Good Kid, Mad City." That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Like you got to give.
I stand corrected.
Got to give him that. So maybe it was around that time.
I've never heard an album by Kendrick. I've heard random scattered tracks.
Yeah, sort of just. I'm not really into that anymore.
What?
Him.
Yeah, now you listen to all that shit that they play on Hot 97 and crap that they churn out with Kanye West.
Yeah.
If there's a rapper with facial tats, braids, and like a codeine addiction, it's like the top 20, like best of all time on your playlist.
Not really, man. Like,
What do you-
look, as we always argue every single time, every time we talk about music, I appreciate the old stuff, your stuff you're interested in, and you just think that this new stuff, which is now different, is like sort of overtaking the old stuff. The old stuff's still there.
Malaka,
You can still go there and
that's
listen
bullshit
to it.
because I embrace new shit.
No,
I've got
you don't.
freaking Tory Lanez on my playlist, man.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, alright. Oh, is he there?
Nah, but I mean, if I feel like I'm in a mood of, some, Chicago drill, I'll listen
Fuck
to
off,
it.
man.
I mean,
Don't
if
even
I'm in the
start,
mood of
mate.
something old, and something of a bit more substance, then I'll go listen to it. I don't see the problem. You're just getting old, man.
So why do we hang out then if I'm getting old?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly, man. I'm older than your brother. All
I
right?
ask myself the same questions, man.
All right, okay, hang on, wait. Give you a formal introduction, all right? Yeah, why are you here? I don't even remember.
I don't know, because your other guest bailed, and I'm
Yeah.
I'm like
Well,
a stand-in.
hang on. I had another guest. I had two guests lined up for tonight, yeah? One was a new face, and he literally got his court dates mixed up. I feel bad. I should play the voicemail that he left me, man.
Man, for all we know, this guy's locked up in a cell right now,
That's legit. That's not even bullshit,
and that's
man.
why he's not here.
Legit. I had a guy that I ran into. I hadn't seen him in ages. I'd run into him a couple of times over the last month in like the most random places. I said, "You should come to a podcast." I've known him since 2004 or something, and I hadn't seen him in literally a decade. Now I ran into him like 3 times in a month, and I met up with him on Friday. The guy had literally 40 cents in his pocket till Tuesday, and then he's like, "Yeah, I've got court hearing on Wednesday." And he called me yesterday. He left me a voicemail. I was getting the chatty while I was buying these stands. And he's literally just left me a voicemail, man. He's like, got my dates mixed up, got all these appointments mixed up with like blah, blah, blah. I'll call you after the court case.
Yeah.
And that was today, man.
And the call never came. So,
Dude, this guy could very well be in lockup right now.
it's a legit reason to not be here, I guess. But I reckon add his voicemail in, man.
You want me to?
Yeah, it'll be cool.
Where's my phone? Oh, no, is that a breach of privacy if you record a voicemail?
Nah, because I mean, he's not introducing himself with his name or anything. So
Yeah, I think he does. I can't remember.
well,
That's a good idea, though. I should probably get it.
Just
hang
edit
on. Oh!
is that the ATO?
Nah, I'll call it. I'm calling it back. Hang on. I just realised that I was. I meant to put this up as a post. Malaka, this is gold. Hang on. Check this out.
Received message. Thursday, 2:57 p.m.
This is the final reminder call from Australian Taxation Office. Dear citizen, there is income tax violation been reported under your name through our ATO informant program. This is the final reminder to connect with ATO official to resolve
Yeah, I've
tax
heard something like
debts
this
and to
before.
avoid additional penalties
Yeah.
and subsequent arrest. To connect immediately, press
This
1.
goes to that.
Yeah, look.
That's fucked, man. Hang on. Oh, I just realised something.
What?
I'm a dumb cunt.
On your other phone?
Yeah, it's on my work phone. He's got my work number. I was going to give him my personal one, man. I forgot about that saved message, man. I was meant to record it. I actually just did. Just killed 2 birds with 1 stone. I didn't get to the other stone, though, but doesn't matter. Hang on. The hell? I just got a message about, did you get your long service leave? I think people are getting paid out right now. Should I check?
I wouldn't pay you dick.
Nah, I'm entitled to it. What do you mean? You're my broker, man. I got nothing. It counts on 0, man. All right, hang on. 3, 2, 1. Let's try again. Hang on.
Saved message. Yesterday, 10 a.m.
Gee, it's me. I won't be able to make it today. Everything's just crossed over all the interviews. Yeah, I stuffed up. I'll ring you after quarter, right? Sorry about that, mate. And that's cool. Ciao.
This guy giving you a buzz as he's walking into,
Dude, literally, that's not even a joke.
in front of the magistrate.
That's not even a joke. I'm serious, man. I feel bad.
Yeah.
Dude, have you ever been to Weller Street in Dandy?
Is that where the cop shop is?
Nah, it's off. You know where Connections? It's a social workers building next to Pavilion, next to the Pav.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know those row of buildings.
Yep.
You basically turn into that first street to go behind Connections.
Yep.
Go all the way down. It's a dead end. And It's just flats.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Last left, man. It's just literally boarding houses, man.
It's pretty bad, man.
It's fucked up. I actually hadn't been down the way in a long time, man. I went for a drive, and I parked my car in front of that building.
Yeah.
Looked around. As soon as I got out of the car, there were two dudes doing a drug deal.
Yeah.
One guy went one way, one guy went the other way, and I'm like, what the hell, man?
Oh, well.
So I went for a walk just to kill some time, because I told my mate I was going to be there.
Yeah.
And then, as I'm coming back, this heavy was just walking towards me, just staring, like, g'day, mate. He's like, yeah, well, yeah. I'm like, yeah, all right, man. Got back in my car, moved my car to the other side of the street, like down the other block, and then walked back, man. You didn't want me standing at the front next to my car, shaking hands with some dude walking in and out of that board house, man.
Welcome to our hood, huh?
Yeah, well, it is, man.
Yeah.
Dude, that place is what? A K from your house? Probably just over? Maybe three.
A couple Ks, man, but
Maybe 3 from mine?
Yeah.
If that?
yeah.
Dude, it's not far, man. And then you know what's crazy, man? I noticed it the other day. It was probably, what was I doing? Oh, I was driving someone to pick up a canvas in Endeavour Hills.
Mm.
Do you know what separates Endeavour Hills and Doveton? Literally those two suburbs. Where would you put them on the median price range for houses, man? Think about it. I mean, you're in the business.
Median house prices. I mean, Doveton, probably you're looking at probably mid 400s.
Yeah. What do you put Endeavour Hills at?
Endeavour Hills would probably be about sort of 520,
You reckon?
540, 550 around there.
What, for a 2-bedroom?
Nah. A normal house, man, like a 3-bedder.
Dude, do you know what separates those two suburbs? A freeway off a bridge. That's it. And you go, man, from Doveton, and you see these slum shacks, man, like literally falling apart, and then you just go over the bridge, and it's like you're in suburbia. It's like something out of The Simpsons or Malcolm in the Middle or something.
Yeah, it is. Well, you drive through there, and you just feel different, man. Once you hit the welcome to Doveton, it's
it's fucking shit, man.
it's sad, man. But I mean, I don't know. It could be a good investment opportunity.
You're always looking at the plus, man. It's your job, but still.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, I didn't even get through with the formal introductions. Dude, you were pegged as an original guest. I had you in that short list of cunts. You're a young pup, you're still a malacca, but at the same time, you do have a few curbs of wisdom. Hey, man, to be fair, dumb cunt, I literally hang out with you more than I'll probably see half of my mates.
Yeah, well,
I'm legit. That's legit. That's not a bullshit thing. Anyway, yeah. So fucking one guy got locked up. You know when I stopped in Noble to pick up that extension cord?
Yeah.
Have you been to Noble Park after dark?
yeah, man, it's my hood, man.
Yeah, but the shops, like the
it's-
coal shops.
I try to avoid it, man.
Not the front side, man. You've never called me to say I went to Coles down the other side. You know what
It's
I mean?
shit, man. Well, if I've got, 2 other options, a couple more kilometres away, I'm gonna drive there. This Coles is like barely stocked.
Dude, that Coles is fucked.
Yeah,
It's disgusting.
I'm surprised
It's still...
I haven't done anything with
No,
it.
they won't. They're waiting to burn that fucking down, man.
Yeah.
I was going to say, do you know where I got that Calodio from? That fucking extension cable? I didn't get a Coles. Right next to it, you got a Signal.
Oh, is that still there? That's still open at this time.
Yeah. Dude, it was just after 8. Dude, it was peak traffic, man. There must have been like 100 dudes in there all lining up to buy what's it called, rollies, man. Like
Probably all they sell, man. Yeah, that's probably.
the bulk of their profits.
I remember that, man. They just sell the most random shit in there. They don't have much, but they'll have everything that you would need.
Anything you'd need at 8 o'clock on a Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Like, give me an extension lead, some pliers, a pack of tally hose, and a christening card.
Yeah.
No, that's it.
Crazy, man.
No, it's fucked. And then I realised as I was leaving, there's another signal like literally 5 blocks down, man. Not even 5 blocks. Like, there's a signal just after the post office.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, further down that way.
Yeah, that's a signal as well.
Yeah.
2 signals on the same block. You actually know what, man? When I was at my barber last, like 2-3 weeks ago, he told me that they've opened up, I think there's like 5 or 6 barbershops all along the strip and hairdressing salons.
Yeah.
And there's something like 2 or 3 legal brothels on the main strip.
Actually, I saw that one that you posted up that's just off the main street.
Yeah.
Opposite the Chemist Warehouse.
Yeah. There's that one there.
Yeah.
And then in the further blocks closer to the bank, there's another one there somewhere.
Wow.
Next to one of the barbershops.
So that post that you put up, that notice, was that basically saying that we have now closed this down?
I was saying that it was a brothel and they'd shut it down. Like the council had become aware of it.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
How do you have to come up with finance for a brothel? I mean, dude, you're in the business. Okay, heads up, Nathan's a mortgage broker.
finance broker.
He's a finance broker, and that's not how I met him. No, I'm serious.
Yeah.
We're practically family.
Yeah.
That's fucked up. Yeah, that's not how I met him. He just happened to save me on some refinancing a year ago, so I'll give him his due. He knows what he's doing. I fully endorse him. I know what that's worth. Yeah.
Just quietly, how funny how funny was it sort of how our business interaction came across?
Funny.
Well,
How
like,
one?
yeah, we were just like,
Wait, as in when you hit me up for...
yeah, just,
Yeah, I can't remember what I was coming home from. I was coming home from something. It was late. It was like a Friday. It was you doing your Friday thing. What's it called? In front of Mario's.
yeah, always used to get a couple long necks in front of Mario's down at,
Yeah. And I literally was driving home, and what was I listening to? I remember I messaged you.
Yes, I remember that.
I messaged you something that I was... I wouldn't have it in my phone.
It was probably Twister, I reckon.
Yeah, I was going to say, I wouldn't have it in my phone because I literally upgraded it all when I got back from Bali last year, so I lost all my text messages. I texted you the name of a song or something like that. I was just passing Wavos.
Yeah.
And you texted back saying, where are you? I go, just passing Wavos. You're like, Matt, I'm at Mario's, come down. That's how it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is testament to you, and I've said this to everyone that I've actually endorsed you to. Pull up, we're chatting for like 10-15 minutes, and you ask me about my mortgage. I love how casually you said it as well. Like, what's going on with your mortgage? Like, I don't know. And then you asked me what I was paying, you asked me what I made.
Yeah.
And then, here's how trusting I am. I gave you all that information. And then you said you could do better than that. Half an hour later, you sent me a preliminary, a summary.
Yeah,
I'm
a few figures, and you're like, yeah.
I'm like, nah, man. But then, 2 weeks later, man, the money was in my account.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're at your cousin's wedding.
Yeah.
And we're celebrating.
Not bad, huh?
No, not bad.
Not
Then I
bad at
found
all.
out I'd be made unemployed.
Yeah.
Like a week later, you got a year to go. What?
No, it was a good customer outcome, as we call it.
Fuck off, idiot. Where you going, man?
What do you mean, man? I got your shit together, saved you some money, and everyone's happy.
Everyone's happy?
Yeah.
I actually saw my old broker at a family function a little while later. He didn't ask me nothing about my mortgage, man.
Yeah.
Like, nothing. Surely, what happens if I change my loan? Surely you see the trickle come off your paperwork somewhere.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Do you literally get like one of those big fucking emails that says, this guy has jumped ship?
Nah. So we get a monthly commission report, which it'll show like abnormalities kind of thing from the previous month.
Okay.
That makes sense. So if something drops off, it'll just sort of have it down there, and then there'll be like a sort of reasoning: loan was paid out, loan was refunded, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So by that stage, it's pretty much too late. They're gone. But yeah. It's ruthless, man, because it's
I didn't know that. I had no idea.
But your old broker would have seen that.
Would he have seen like my name like pop up as an abnormality?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be in his best interest to like chase me down?
But look, think about it, man. If there's if they've got hundreds of sort of loans and stuff. They're seeing this stuff happen all the time. Because you talk about the chances of people.
Surely you'd want to know.
I would, yeah. I sort of make that a focus of my business to try and keep existing customers happy and keep in touch and all that sort of stuff.
You say that's what sets you apart from other brokers?
Yeah, because I mean, it's one thing to do the deal and just walk away and then not speak to them again, which a lot of people sort of do.
Yeah.
But we do get paid ongoing per month for a reason.
Actually, here's a question, man. I've never actually asked you this. Obviously we've talked about like work and shit, and I've seen your journey becoming a broker. What's the average age for a broker? Actually, that's an interesting question. I've never actually thought about it.
It would be average age. I read this somewhere. I think it's like late 40s.
Really?
Yeah.
So as in,
mid to late 40s.
If people see you pull up, like someone hits you up via your website or
they're like, what the fuck?
Really?
Yeah.
How do you counter that? Just sweeten up.
Is what it is.
That's a fucked up question. No, honestly, man, because I hadn't thought about that. Because I get asked the same question with my work.
I see it all the time. What you're doing is sort of the same. You only really realise it. You're sort of in your own world doing your day-to-day thing, you know. You don't really notice it. But, you know, when you sort of go to these conferences and professional development days, and that's where you see your other brokers and stuff.
Your OPD days would be like your big sort of...
Yeah, you get your lenders come out and talk to the brokers and stuff. And that's where, like, you know, where I always sit down and sort of look around and I'm like, fuck, you know, like, you know, there's, yeah, I'd say late 40s, you know, 50s, like, because what you got to understand is, like, most brokers and stuff will go do 10, 15, 20 years in the corporate world.
Yeah.
Like, sort of the banks, mobile bankers and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Lenders, whatever they may be doing. And then, you know, once they've got like families and kids and stuff and they want to be a bit more flexible with their hours and stay at home and stuff, they'll go into business because it does allow that flexibility.
Actually, here's a question. I think we touched on it that last time we had, actually not the last time we had Adi Gillette, it was one before that. It was just after the Royal Commission. I hadn't seen you for like a month.
Yeah.
You know, you see what happened? Like, yeah, I thought of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you feel the government was as transparent as they could be in regards to that whole commission and everything that's going to happen? As in for the average person? I'm guessing,
what do you mean, the impact on us or the impact
the impact on the average consumer and like, do you know what I mean?
Look,
because obviously you'd have like some form of privy information.
Yeah, look, you know, basically what happened with the Royal Commission, you know, we're not going to go into big detail about it because we can talk about this for hours. But,
yeah.
But to kind of think of it as like, you know, everything has a sort of unintended consequence.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So, for instance, you know, commissions is kind of regarded as a dirty word in Australia, the way, like, commissions.
Comms, everything's, you know, comms, man.
Yeah, but, like, what you got to understand is that the way we get paid commissions and all that sort of stuff, you know, they're saying, oh, it's not in the consumer's best interest and all that sort of stuff, and, you know, we're going to move them to a flat fee, we're going to pay them the same amount, we're not going to pay them like this, we want the customer to pay the broker and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And, I mean, they sort of had an idea as to what it would become, but then they sort of didn't factor in what that would do to business models and viability of businesses. Get rid of businesses and competition and brokers.
Yeah, I know.
You close the gap with these smaller lenders there where they won't exist.
It was sort of like, you know what, the reason why I'm asking is because all the shit that's happened with, like, say, in this country in the last 6 months, man, I reckon, I mentioned it on the last recording I did, like last podcast last week. I feel like the elections came and went, and no one knows anything. No one knows any more than they did the week before. Like, does that make sense? Like, everyone's campaigning, right?
Yeah.
Throwing out there, this is what we're going to do, this is what we're going to do. None of it's stuck. I don't remember anything.
Yeah, look, the actual outcomes of the Royal Commission, which costed us, do you remember the figure?
Nah. Hang on. I can look
Couple.
Here we go. Estimated 75 million.
Yeah. The 75 million.
Holy shit.
Of taxpayers' money. And, you know, I guess after all that, it went on for over a year.
Hang on. 75 million, yeah? When did the Royal Commission start?
Look, it went on for over a year, so it would have started in end of 2017. Started
in the 2017. Okay. And we had the plebiscite for the gay marriage vote.
Yeah.
The budget was 122 million and 80.5 was used.
Yeah.
How much did we say for the Royal Commission?
So 200 million collectively. For what?
200 million, Malaka, in 12 months. They spent 200 million to do what, man? the plebiscite was. This actually pissed me off. Yeah, this really pissed me off, man. When it comes to gay marriage, you had in the face of Malcolm Turnbull getting the boot.
Yep.
In his closing words, he was like, "It was our government that got the gay marriage in la 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 la."
Yep.
You know, it wasn't his government that got it in. His government just happened to be in power when the vote was passed.
Yep.
They spent, 80 million forcing the nation to vote on it in order for it to get passed.
Yep.
Does it make sense?
Yeah.
And his government fought it to the very end. Fucking, what was his name? Tony Abbott was fighting it.
Yeah.
That's $80 million there. That's a lot of money. What's the average budget for schools or something in Australia?
Yeah.
And the Royal Commission, what did they even get out of it?
Look, a big report, some recommendations, a couple of CEOs, sort of lost their jobs, and a couple of bankers got fined and all that sort of stuff. And
what grounds did bankers get fined and big corporate boys got lost jobs over the Royal Commission?
it was just due to like irresponsible lending, and you heard all those sort of stories that the bank gave a retiree like $10 million and, money that they couldn't pay back. It's like, well, wouldn't you sort of think, how am I going to actually pay this back if I don't have a job or anything?
Have you ever seen anyone go down in flames for that? I mean, how long have you been a broker now?
Almost 3 years.
Okay, 3 years. In 3 years, have you seen that? I know you've told me about, obviously client confidentiality. You've never given me names or budgets. But when we're just shooting shit, you've said to me how you've had some Yahoo come in asking for, I want a Beamer and I want a car in Toorak, but I live with my parents, I earn $300 a week,
Look, in the first 3 years, which is quite a short career anyway,
Kalada, it's not the end of your career. Like, maybe pending this release of this podcast.
Yeah, look, you do get some people that if I wanted to, and if I was that type of broker in person, you could get them the loan. It's not hard kind of thing, but they're in a position to not get that loan. Like, they shouldn't be getting that money.
Yeah.
But you can see why, like, some people, you don't expect them to know, like, what someone can afford, what they should be borrowing and all that sort of stuff. But
Is it your job to teach them that?
Of course it is, yeah. I mean, it's my job to obviously tell them what they can afford and what the bank will lend them.
Yeah.
But, for instance, you have someone that's self-employed showing $18,000 on their tax return with 4 kids and a wife that doesn't work, wanting $500K, like it's...
That, man, you know what? That actually brings up something. I was going to say, actually, hang on. I want to find something first. I had a mate that lived in, my neighbour, and he was a financial planner.
Yeah.
Did I ever introduce, I think I might have given you his number for a while.
Possibly.
Budget Australia. Is that accurate? Funding builds the government's commitment of $150 million per year. That's about right, yeah?
Yeah.
For education?
Yeah. All right.
Dude, $150 million a year the Australian government spends on education.
Yeah.
All right? This financial planner, I remember when I asked him, because he'd gotten some job through some mob in the city, like some insurance mob, right? And he was basically working as, like my budget. He had access to his clients' files. He would set up like a budget report, see what they're spending on, and just control their outgoings, basically. Like if he saw some abnormalities pop up, like what the hell, you dropped $300 at Repco, like what the hell did you buy? You know what I mean? And he reported it back. My big thing, because remember I did the same thing last year when you got me, when we were refinancing.
Yeah.
I remember I showed you my Excel spreadsheet, remember?
Yeah.
And you're like, what'd you tell me when I showed you this spreadsheet?
No, I said it was like, you're obviously tracking everything. You're doing good.
Like you said you're doing better than most cunts out there. Most heads have got money coming out of everywhere. They've got no idea what they're spending it on. Right? So essentially, I did what a financial planner would do for me, and I set up that spreadsheet. Yeah? Dude, $150 million spent on education. Right? We just calculated $200 million spent on a plebiscite that we didn't need and a Royal Commission that probably we didn't need either.
Yeah.
Yeah? So we're already outweighing the budget for education in this country. How many kids at school learn about financial planning? In high school, up to year 12.
None.
Exactly. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We have how does that work?
Well,
we spend time learning about calculus and trigonometry. When was the last time you used calculus or trigonometry?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you. I'm a fucking audio engineer and I've never used calculus or trigonometry.
Yeah.
That's my point.
there's a lot of things that should be taught in schools. Obviously, you know, it's an ongoing
I know.
sort of debate and stuff. And
But-
getting a mortgage, handling your finances, not even getting a mortgage like at that age. Obviously, you know, you probably don't need to worry about that. But it's more so just doing that budgeting.
Yeah, but
you
that
know.
budgeting, man.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And I mean, obviously, look at it this way. Yeah, we've got like 10 years between us or whatever, right?
Yep.
Would you say you're, like, say for my generation, man, like people in my age group, most of them know how to juggle numbers, but not with a sense of like purpose or savvy. It's
Yeah.
more just like, okay, here are the bills, let's pay them.
Yeah.
What's left? You know what I mean? And it's like, oh, okay, we need to pay this much this week for someone. And usually they don't get that savvy until they actually move in with someone or they get married, get out of home.
Yep.
And I mean, not even get out of home because, I mean, we're Greeks as well, man. So, you know, we get babied till they're fucking 40.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Never lived alone or never paid they never had a bill to their name, never had a utilities bill to their name of any kind. Right? But do you reckon your generation is more aware? Like, as in financial, as in to be able to plan and all that sort of shit?
That's one thing I actually sort of realized at the start. Like a lot of the younger people, sort of my age and younger, they're pretty on top of their stuff.
You reckon?
Yeah.
I'm ignorant to it.
Yeah, I mean, you got to keep in mind that these people, like these clients or whatever, these guys are, you know that they're going to go for a mortgage.
Yeah.
Know that they're going to try and buy this investment property in the short-term future. They don't know when, they don't know how close they are, and that's obviously when they come and speak to me.
Yeah.
And then you really get them on track as to what they need, when they can do it and whatnot. But if they've got like half an idea as to what they may need or what they need to do, how much they need to save, most people are sort of pretty good. They'll pay their bills, they'll be saving, but then you get entirely the other extreme.
Yeah.
You know, that it's just like, you know, just little stuff like don't even care if their account sort of falls into overdraw and all that sort of stuff. And then just little things like that, yeah, that can be fixed very easily just by shuffling their money around a little bit better.
It fucking irritates me there when cunts pay credit cards off with credit cards, man. Like,
yeah, I get that question all the time. You know, it's like, and it's like, yeah, you know, yes, you can do it, but what are you really doing? What are you really achieving? You know, but it's it should be taught.
What do you reckon is going to happen now with I mean, you want to talk about finance on a world stage, yeah? Like you see what happened, like with the whole Mueller thing, yeah? Trump stoking the flames now. You've got fucking him with the Saudis. You got him with Iran, him with the tariffs. People don't understand what tariffs are, man. That word tariff comes up like every single day in the paper. No one knows what the fuck's going on. Now they're talking about he's slapping tariffs on fucking Australia. How do you reckon all that's going to fuck us? Like the whole thing, like China going into a trade war with him, Australia's position in it. See, this is the shit that most people don't even consider. Like, you know, they say, oh, Trump can do whatever he wants. He gives a fuck, so nothing to do with us. Like, yeah, but he's starting a trade war with our biggest neighbor.
Yeah, it's going to affect us in some way. It's all going to.
Does that make sense?
Blow on effect and all that sort of stuff. And
that's legit, yeah.
Yeah, we're what people don't realize is that the States, China and stuff, they're just so much bigger than Australia, obviously. You know, in terms of the economy and stuff. So we just, you know, we basically just cop it. You know, whatever they do. You know, we see it through the Australian dollar and you know, and all that sort of stuff. And
so what can we do? That's legit.
Who? Me and you?
Yeah, us.
Nothing.
Just bend over and take it.
But like you said, most people aren't concerned about this stuff because they sort of have that, you know, that thought, what can I do? I can't do anything about this. But it's something to be aware of, and it's, you know.
What were you going to say to me today on the phone? You were saying something about burgled.
Oh.
You said you called me up.
Yeah.
Yeah, what were you going to say?
Nah, because when you first mentioned to me that, like, you know, I'll do the potty tonight, I was thinking, you know, well, you know, I feel like I've got nothing to say, you know, I've got no story or anything like that. And I was thinking, wait a second, like, if we go back in time, you know, as to how this whole, you know, thing started with the business, and I guess when I started speaking to you and all that sort of stuff, and, you know, I was saying, the time we went for lunch at Burgled in,
yeah, I remember it because you ordered 2 burgers.
Yeah. Standard.
You ordered 2 burgers. I'm like, relax, man. Like, I'm training them. I'm like, all right. Like, I get it, but relax.
I think at that time, though, so I'd done the whole uni thing, you know, finished a couple couple courses, couple degrees and whatnot, you know.
Couple.
Few
Oh,
pieces of paper.
doctor. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You make me feel really insecure like that, yeah? Because I don't have a degree. I've got nothing close to a degree.
So it's a piece of paper and a hex debt.
That's right. I know, but people still sit on those degrees like they're everything, man. Never worked a day in their life.
Waste of time. Anyway,
Waste of time.
anyway, so we met up for lunch. I don't know, we're just talking shit as
Yeah.
per usual.
Yeah.
And then I think you may have just asked me, it's like, oh, what are you doing, man? Like, work and this and that. And at that time, I would have been working, like, obviously, my part-time job would have just finished uni around that time. And I said, look, like, obviously, I just finished banking, finance, commerce, whatever. I want to get in, but I'm applying for all these jobs and I can't get anywhere. And I'm not getting anywhere. I'm getting the first interview, second interview, but I got no experience.
Yeah.
You know about
That's
that.
to work in a firm, right?
Yeah, man, just an entry level, like, whatever it might, it wasn't even mortgage related. It was just anything sort of finance related, whether it's just like some sort of admin
Selling
job.
insurance or something.
Not really sales like that, but, you know, maybe back end office sort of processing loans or something like that. Not being a broker kind of thing.
Yeah, doing
From the get-go.
The fucking, the pleb work.
I remember you just went, you grabbed your phone,
Did I?
you just grabbed your phone, you like, sent me 3 names and numbers.
Yeah, I can tell you now who those names were.
I remember 2 of them.
It would have been my old broker. It would have been my neighbour.
Yeah.
I don't know who the third one would have been.
One guy was from CBA. I don't know if you remember who that was.
Oh, yeah. I remember him.
Yeah.
Unky Bubala.
Something like, yeah. So you gave me
Yeah, his
3
name's
names.
Unky Bubala.
You sent me 3 names and numbers, and I don't know. Probably a couple of days later, I was just, sitting on my desk and whatnot. I'm like, let me these, what these guys are all about. I picked out one of those names to call, and that was the broker.
Okay.
And yeah, called him. I go, hey mate, I'm friends with Dim. Gave me your number. Said you're a broker. I want to get a start in finance.
You've been 21.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah.
No. I wasn't 21. I was
No.
probably about 23, 24.
No.
Yeah.
Impossible, man.
3 years ago.
Was that 3 years ago?
Yeah.
Why do I feel like it's so much longer?
So by that stage, we would have sort of hung out for like 2 or 3 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Nah, man. I feel like that burgle date was really early on in the romance.
Nah. Might have been 4 years ago. 23, I might have been.
Nah, man. Dude, honestly.
No, I'm telling you, man, it couldn't have been. Couldn't have been, because I know the timeline of everything. This is like...
Actually, hang on.
I've thought about this 100 times.
That broker offered me the role of being a broker, and that would have been 2014 or something.
And I remember seeing the note on your fridge.
Yeah.
Saying, he said the same thing to me. So when I called him...
Yeah.
We talk about him?
Yeah, fuck oath.
Did you listen?
Oh, I don't know. I can send it to him if you want.
Nah.
Relax, man. Say whatever you want. You ain't.
No. Like, he what's it called? He pretty much sold it to me, saying, if you want to do this, if you want to make this, if you want to work for yourself, I've just taken the rest of the day off for this and that.
You used to
I go,
sell it to me every
I'm
day
like,
as well.
this sounds sick, it's not really like that, but he sort of put
He was selling that Wolf of Wall Street angle on.
Yeah, that's the best way to sort of, put it kind of thing. But it planted like the seed, like that was it.
He sort of said the same thing to me.
And then he would have told me the same thing he told you. He said, all right, go off and do this and this.
Certificate, something in.
Before diploma online.
Diploma.
It's a piece of piss,
Yeah.
Not hard at all. So he sort of just gave me that little push to go and do that. And he said, once you finish those courses, call me. And we'll go from there.
That's more or less what my mentor said.
Yeah. You just never did it.
Yeah, I did something else instead.
Yeah.
When I sat down with my mentor a year ago, he literally said, here's the courses, go do it. When you do it, call me.
Yeah. But it's good. You need that because it's like, it's just that little push you need to sort of, just to hear reassurance from someone that's actually in the industry.
He's actually making money doing something that you're considering. Yeah, I get it.
Anyway, went off, did the courses, sort of did them in, 3-4 months or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, time to call him now. Call him. Unavailable. He was overseas.
Yeah, standard.
He was in Thailand or something.
Standard. Every time.
Something like that.
Yeah, it's always Thailand, Vietnam.
I'm like, okay. Tried him again 2 weeks later. Again, overseas. I'm like, that's a good lifestyle, isn't it?
Yeah, he's a pussy, man.
But anyway, then, like, I sort of forgot about him. And then got in touch with a friend of a friend that put me in touch with a brokerage firm in Richmond.
Yeah.
And he said, go work for these guys. Because this guy was like a one-man show, so I couldn't really work for him. He said, go work for these guys. You know, they employ 15, 20 people. Learn what you can as quickly as you can, and then just leave and start your own thing. So I went off, met with this guy that's got this firm, you know. But quickly realised that, learnt what I could, got a few contacts that I sort of needed. The rest was useless, because you got to understand this whole commission-based businesses where they take a cut off you. And taking a cut off your own business, say, Dim, you're my client.
Yeah.
I bring you in, you know, because I know you through family, friends, whatever. And they take, let's say, 25%. That's fine, yeah? But if I'm not getting value for that 25% that I'm giving away, what's the point?
Yeah, I get it.
You know what I mean? And the turning point was, I was putting in a lot of work, and I designed like some flyers and stuff. And I had one of my mates, you know, help me, and we went and dropped off 2,000 of these things in the area. 2,000 letterboxes.
You did 2,000 letterboxes? This is your business, right?
No. So this is where it hit me.
Okay.
So I had to obviously have their logo on there.
Ah, what, with your name underneath?
With my name being, I'm the broker, but that's their logo.
So sort of like if you worked through like Ray White Real Estate.
Yeah.
And you had your
exactly
face
right.
underneath.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then...
I didn't know that.
Yeah, me and my mate are like, because me and my mate knew, like, I knew that you can pay some old bloke, like, to drop them off.
Dude, the old lady does it.
Yeah.
She makes 25 an hour, basically.
And they'll drop 1,000 for you for like $50.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Like, I knew it's not the cost, right? It was more so like, let's go out there and let's do it ourselves.
Yeah, just to say you did it.
So one, we know they're being dropped. Yeah. Where we want to drop them, and they're not getting like rolled into like all the other, you know, with like
Junk
20 other flyers that
you know, carpet cleaning by some random Indian.
You know, so man. So we're like, fuck it, you know, let's make a night. I think we dropped 2,000 in 3 or 4 nights.
I feel like I would have been drinking if I was doing it.
Yeah, we were. Yeah, we did it at night. Like we had our hoodies on, right? So you can imagine like 2 guys with hoodies like going at each letterbox.
Stubby.
We went we targeted a few different areas, and it was funny because when we ended up at the it's funny when you look at different suburbs. So I think we ended up at when you get into like the estates.
Which way?
Like Waterways.
Oh, okay, towards Chelsea.
We went Waterways. We went like. I think
I used to ride my bike down there, man.
Yeah.
I've done so many. I mean, you would have heard it. How many podcasts I've talked about me riding my bike down Waterways?
But it's funny how like the whole aura changes in the state. They're all looking out for each other.
Yeah. Every time I'd ride my bike, there'd be some old guy with a hose would be watching me go up and down the street.
We're getting watched, like, you know, by everyone that saw us, like, they'd watch us all the way down the street, you know, because they've got this whole neighbourhood watch sort of arrangement.
Every other thing, no one sees shit. Everyone's running in opposite directions. Yeah. You hear like an exhaust backfire. Yeah. Everyone dives.
But it was sick. It was a good experience. And, but then it hit me and I'm like, wait a sec. I'm sitting here putting in all this work, you know.
Yeah. And
I'm not even dropping my own company.
Yeah.
I'm promoting this guy, you know.
I know what you mean.
And yeah, just the value that I was getting back, because you know, you can't be too greedy at the start, you know, like, let's say you get 50%, let's say it's a 50-50 split.
Yeah.
50% of something is better than, you know, 100% of nothing.
Okay, hang on. Quick question.
Yeah.
The flyers that you were dropping.
Yep.
Was your boss aware of it?
Yeah, like I obviously had to run them, like you have to, you know, had to run the design past him kind of thing and say, this is what I'm going to drop.
Okay, so he had no problem with you doing that?
Oh, he loved it.
Did he finance any of it?
Nah.
This was all on your back?
Yeah.
So your only motivation to do this is get more clientele.
Yeah.
And you don't even know if you're going to get that clientele.
Yeah.
Someone's going to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a load of shit. Yeah, for sure.
But is it? Because...
No. I understand the point of it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, it burns, especially if you're just starting out and you're spending... I mean, what 2,000 flyers get printed up for?
Let's say a couple $100.
Okay, let's say it's a $300 investment.
Yeah.
And then how long did it take you to deliver everything with a mate?
Let's say all up, you know, 10, 15 hours of work.
10 hours of work?
Yeah.
Okay, times $20 an hour.
Yeah.
It's a bit of money, man.
Yeah.
It's not just, you know, you're doing it for free.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it burns to know that you're putting in that much work. No one else in the same firm would ever do the same thing.
100%.
And you're making... if you're even getting the clients coming in.
And look, I sort of then thought to myself, all right, wait a second, let me put myself in the boss's shoes.
Yeah.
I've got this kid on the street, drop it, like, promoting my business for me.
Yeah.
My logo's there, you know, whatnot. That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm not even paying him a salary or a wage.
It's a good way to, if you're the boss.
And any business that this kid is going out and getting, I'm taking a cut from it anyway.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
So,
Smart business model.
yeah.
But then again, not every dumb cunt out there works as hard as you do.
Nah, and look, businesses like that, right? The biggest, it was that, and then the fact that if I had brought you in as my client,
Yeah.
I got you off the street, my mate, you're my mate or whatever, I brought you in, I wrote your loan, settled, done,
Yeah.
and then I left that company, your loan would stay on their book for a minimum period of 2 or 3 years.
Really?
That's what their contract was.
That sucks.
And I was like, I'm like, where's my incentive to
Yeah.
work?
Yeah. At least for them. Yeah.
You know, 1 month in, I was like, I don't want to do any business. I was sort of going out there and obviously meeting people and getting sort of the relationships and connections going, and loans were stacking up and stuff, but I didn't want to put them through. But then I called my mate, like I always go to him, the guy that did the drops with me. I always go to him as like my, my consultant. But I always know what he's going to say.
I was going to say, so you go to him for what? Finance, business and finance. You come to me for all the other shit that needs like...
because I know he'll basically say what I want to hear. You know, not saying that he's a, you know...
I feel insulted now. I feel devalued.
He'll say it as it is. You know, and I kind of know that, like, I just need someone to reassure it, you know, to me kind of thing. I go to him, hey,
just echo what you already...
Yeah,
I get it.
Yeah. Call him. I'm like, hey, man, thinking of quitting, starting my own thing. What do you reckon? Yeah, done. I'll drive you there. Because I didn't have my car on the day or whatever. Drove me to the office and, yeah, that was it.
That's mad. I remember you were telling me that Wolf of Wall Street story about that guy with the sunnies coming into your meetings.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man. It was, yeah, funny that, you know. But that business model that old guy has created in that business, it's like a quick turnover of brokers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he just bleeds them. He bleeds them, gets whatever like they pull out, and then disappears. Yeah.
Because keep in mind, I don't know if I ever told you this, but we've got to pay him
for what? The pleasure of working.
Mentoring.
There. What mentoring? Aren't you getting your own leads? Aren't you generating your own work?
Well, that's the problem.
So then what are you paying for?
Yeah.
So you're paying a fee, you're paying commission.
Not really paying commission, but you're giving away a portion.
You're giving away commission, you're paying a fee to be there, you're not getting paid a salary, and you're doing your own legwork, hoofing it around, trying to pull clients.
Yeah. You can see why this business model, this guy makes a killing. Okay.
Are there many business models like this?
There is a lot, but some of them provide real good value for what the mentoring.
I was going to say, is this the prospective form of employment for all like uni grads, basically?
In this game it is, and in recruitment I think it's the same as well.
Recruitment? Really?
Yeah.
I don't even look at recruitment.
It's all commission based and all that sort of stuff. There's no salaries, no retainers, nothing like that.
Everywhere is all KPIs and comms now.
Because they sell it to you, you see the Seek ads and they're like OTE.
Yeah.
That means nothing. I could put up an ad for my business now, like hiring a junior broker saying OTE 500k a year.
Yeah.
It means nothing.
So how much do I actually make, man?
So they're smart.
Bro.
They're smart, but it's not a nice business. You know, it's sort of like, I look at that business now and I look at that guy now as like he's just a bit of a, taking advantage of sort of early entrance to the business.
It's not even that though, man. Every business model out there is just fleecing the sweat off the middlemen and the blue collars. Like me, man. I worked for 9 years in a mob.
When you think about it that way, I guess it is.
Think about it. Like recruitment, look at it this way, When I did HR back in 2003 and 4, right? Back in my day, you weren't even in high school by that point, right? But I remember after I finished, because I obviously looked at recruitment as a form of HR, and my first job was at that event company. That was through an agency, and that was when agencies were first kicking around, so 2004.
Yeah.
No one really knew what job agencies were. Like, it was, at that point, it was sort of still the old generation coming in. If you wanted a job in a warehouse, you just went to the door, knocked on it, and said, listen, give me a job.
Yeah.
Now, at that point is when warehouses started saying, no, you got to go through the agencies. I went and signed up for this agency, and they said, you've got to be employed with us and us only.
Yep.
You can't be with any other agencies.
Yeah.
What if you don't get me work?
Yeah.
That won't be an issue. I'm like, first job they gave me, I took it.
Yeah.
I was in there on Monday for the interview. I started Tuesday. Literally, you know. And that's what it was. I got full time within I was there for, I think, 6 months, and then they offered me full time. Right? And I was there the only reason I pulled back from full time was because I went back to school and did auto engineering.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah. 9 years for one company. Never got picked up for full time.
Yeah.
Because they knew I worked. And it was to their benefit for me to just stay as a casual.
Yeah.
And it was in my favor for some portion of it, but a lot of it wasn't.
Yeah.
You got no job security. They hit you with these stupid, ridiculous targets, man, where, they get you either picking boxes or whatever you're doing. They just turn the dial up.
Yeah.
So you're running it like you're using a headset. So you're listening to a computer talk all day.
Yeah.
When I left, I literally had like this, eureka moment, this like light bulb where it's like, I'm never going to have to listen to a headset give me a fucking order ever again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was the biggest weight, man. I've never felt this level of anxiety just lifted off my shoulders. Anyway, but, it gets to Christmas and stuff, and they just sit there and they talk about, we've hit targets and biggest grossing year for Christmas and KPIs have been smashed and all this sort of shit. If we're lucky, we get a sausage sizzle, which I refused to have by the end of it. The last 6 years there, I didn't touch sausage. Did I tell you about that?
Yeah, I think you were saying, yeah.
Yeah, man. It was the gold coin donation for something, and I cracked it. I go, fuck that. I haven't got any gold coins. What do you mean? I'm poor. I don't have any gold coins. So I didn't need it. And then this Greek panel beater used to work with me. He's like, I go, I'm not taking none of their sausages. What are you talking about? He goes, what have they done for you there? Nothing. They're going to make me dance for a sausage. I'm breaking my back here picking boxes. They can get fucked.
Yeah.
Changed my opinion on everything, man. So keep your sausages. Give me a full-time job. You know what I mean? But that's the point. Managers, operations managers, shift managers, all hit their KPIs on the sweat of blue-collar workers who are like just thankful to have a job.
Yeah.
Run into the ground 9-10 hour days, 6 days a week, extreme conditions, shift manipulation, irregularity, all that sort of shit.
Deal with it.
Who gets the bonuses? The operations managers never laid a finger in.
You'd be surprised, man. Like, obviously, because I see a lot of people doing different kinds of jobs and and all that, and the casual and contracting and subcontracting, all that sort of stuff is becoming more and more popular now. It's like it's the only way. You're seeing less and less just full-time employees, like salaried employees. But a lot of these people that are casual, I guess the ones that are getting somewhat regular hours.
Yeah.
Actually, I guess they're so small-minded that they're like, casual's good because they get paid more per hour.
I know.
What they obviously don't realise is, the reason for that loading is that you don't get the benefits of obviously your super and.
It's really not that much more, man.
You're sick, but it actually works out.
It's look, if you do the maths, man, because I did it, right?
30% loading, I think.
Depends who you're with. Depends on what award. Depends what industry. Like that all changes. But if you take away your 10 days, sick days for the year, your 2.5 to 3 weeks annual leave. Public holidays that you'd normally get paid for sitting at home, sitting on your ass as opposed to working.
Yeah.
It works out to almost exactly the same, man.
Yeah, of course.
You're basically just paying yourself your own holiday.
Yeah.
But you don't think like that. You just think mad. Money in my pocket. I'll be working forever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's fucked, man. But I do know that Fair Work and all them are sort of coming down now on these companies where it's basically just a shell model. You know what I mean? It's a sham contract. They're calling it sham contracting, where they're forcing people to work, contract after contract. They're casual workers, and they're not getting the remuneration they deserve. Like, they're starting to come down on it.
Yeah.
Because it's just come to that point. It's taken 10 years, 15 for the industry to get to that point.
Yeah.
Like, even now, I was applying for jobs, man, just still in warehousing. They all said that everything that they were saying to me, like, they're looking at my resume and basically creaming their pants and saying, where do you want to start? When do you want to start? I'm like, well, doing what? And they're throwing the team leader roles at me. I said, so what's the pay like? And like, look, it's, this and that, but within a month you'll be a full-timer. I'm like, what? Like, yeah. She goes, that's what we do. Like, a lot of the agencies now are sort of on that, they've turned the trend because they realize they can't attract anyone anymore by just forcing them to work these repetitive jobs with no point. You know what I mean? It's not in their interest to have people on their books forever doing shitty jobs. There's sort of, a lot of them more progressively minded.
Yeah. I mean, it's the power of big businesses.
Yeah.
Do what they want, really. We'll get there one day.
You reckon? Well, I reckon it's going to collapse on itself if global warming doesn't kill us before that.
Let's not start on that.